Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back again doing your May 2016 monthly tarot horoscopes. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely Gemini. And, you know, I'm wearing this crazy strapless dress, which you can see is, you know, kind of out of control here. I got really excited for you know, spring, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna wear a dress, which I never do, and I was like, I'm gonna wear a dress, and but then it's like really cold. It's like really windy today, so I was like, okay, I need to do something different, and I just put it on this crazy leather jacket. So I'm styling here with the leather jacket, I know, but I do actually, it is quite comfortable, so I'm just kind of going with it. So anyways, I do have a new Instagram account. It's Elizabeth Olsen 31. I did start this garden plot at the St. Andrew's Community Garden, and I'm really in love with it, and it's awesome. I spend like every day, I try to go outside and get to my garden and water and all that stuff. And I am doing, you know, I'm trying to post videos, not videos, but I'm trying to post pictures on there so you guys can see the progression of my garden. So yeah, so if you are new to my channel, welcome. I am trying to do 3 sets of videos. The generals, which I do in the beginning of the month, the mid-month readings, which I am trying to phase out, but I probably will do them again for May, I'm not sure, for around the middle of May, and then my sex and relation videos, which I do as much as humanly possible. I may not get to it, you know, for, I want to say June, but I am trying to get them finished for May, okay? So I am announcing those. I am going to try to do those, so stay tuned for those. And those are for purchase only. The sex and relation videos are not free. They're for purchase only, okay? Rental. And they're for 72 hours to watch. You'll have 72 hours to watch them. Okay, so let me just lay out a spread. I know that Gemini, you have had some serious stuff going on for the last couple weeks in April. I am really hoping that things are just going to be different for you in May. You may be in a relationship to a Taurus, or you may have some planets in Taurus. I do feel like there are some cards here that are challenging, but despite that, I feel like it is a little bit lighter. The energies are lightening up. It's not so heavy, and it's not so rough, okay? So that's positive. So for those of you who are like, I just need to hear something positive coming out of her mouth, this is a positive, okay? I do feel like it's really lighter, okay? It's not the best, okay? I'll tell you that now, okay? But it is, to me, it's just lighter energy. Now, starting off, you know, you have this 5 of Wands crowning you. So, for those of you who are new to my channel, I don't always start, you know, in the middle of the Celtic cross. I just don't, okay? And again, this is for May 2016 for everyone with their planet, ascendant, sun, or moon in Gemini, okay? I see this as being you, okay? I know it's a Wands card, you know, and it could be someone around you too. Like say Gemini females, you're dating a guy and he's run for the hills. You know, he likes the element of the chase. This could be a guy that's in your midst, or someone that you're dating or wanting to date, and he's out of there. Okay, I just feel like you're racing, you're like moving really quickly, you're racing to get things done, racing to get things accomplished. You got a lot to do, and you're very busy, okay? Beginning of May, you are like moving. You see my hand? That's you. You're just a blur. You're like that, the Marvel Comics. Who is that character who moves really fast? I forget what his name is now. I don't remember his name, but you guys, I think you know who I'm talking about. For those of you who follow the Marvel, you know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Marvel's like comics, there's a character that moves really fast, who runs really fast, and that's you, Gemini. Okay, so I know I'm likening you to a comic book character, but I can't help it. So you're really busy and you're trying to beat the world off with a stick, because to me it's just like one thing after another. You're like, oh my God, when is this going to end? And to me it's just you being very busy, having a lot to do. This is the pile of shit card, okay? So a lot of shit piling up, you got to shovel it, and it's taking time, and you're just dealing with a lot. You know? This is feeling like you got a shit ton, literally a shit ton, that's just coming down on you, and you're just like, oh my God, is it raining shit today again? Holy shit, you know? this is like, you're like, okay. You're like, in a way, it makes me kind of happy, because I feel like you can deal with it. I feel like you are back in, by May, back to your normal self. You know, you're back on top. You know, to me, this is typical of you. I see this you being the multitasker of all multitaskers. So you may be really busy at work. You may just have a lot on your desk, a lot on your plate. You may have, you know, a lot of kids, you know. Geminis are always the people that have kids bursting at the seams. You know, it's just like, they're like gremlins. They just keep popping, you know, multiplying, you know. You know, you're just being very busy. You're running around doing a lot of things. You have the Temperance card as the foundation. So you have to be careful of your temper, Gemini, for May, okay? In the distant past, you may have, I want to say, gone through a separation, legally separated from someone, and are going through like divorce or finalizing divorce, because you have those two things lining up. So you have Temperance, which is a legal card in my mind, legal card, and Justice, okay, lining up. Okay, so you may have contemplated it in the past, and now you're actually doing it. Okay, I feel like this is you, because it's at the center of everything. There is some element of justice. There is some element of legal stuff going on. There is some element of you making a decision, taking time to make that decision, and making it, I want to say, and making it. The decision is, should you move on? And the answer is yes, okay? You got the Knight of Pentacles crossing. And I see that as you too. Okay, I know it's a Pentacles card, and it can be Scorpio, Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, male or female. But again, the Knight of Pentacles is spinning their wheels in a million directions. It is also needing to move on in a lot of cases. And it is also the quest for wealth or having tunnel vision. You need to be careful. If you got a lot going on, there may be things that you're missing, okay? There may be like details and stuff that you're missing, and you've got too much of a goal, like you're very goal-oriented right now. But there's something that you're trying to either get done or that you're focused on the beginning of May, and it's just like, it's almost like that's all that you can see. You're like, okay, all I want is fill in the blank, okay? Whatever that is, that's all that you know. That's all that you can see. You're not slowing down and smelling the roses enough to live life, and you should never stop living your life. So you need to, it was just funny. What came to me, fly like a bird. Like a bird just flew overhead. You know, fly like a bird. Da, 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 da. You know, like the Nelly Furtado song. Okay, that's what you need to do. Only just go out there and enjoy your life and be free. Have some free time. That's what's coming to me. Some of you suffer from post-traumatic stress or very stressful past situations. Some of you are going through you're under a lot of stress, and maybe this, you know, if you're going through divorce, maybe this is very stressful for you. It's a very stressful time. Even if you're breaking up with someone, it doesn't have to matter. Like, you can just have a girlfriend or boyfriend and you're breaking up with them. Stressful time, okay? I feel like you are going to move on from this, and it's going to be fast. You're going to move on fast, and you're going to get back out there. So, I mean, I don't see that you're going to cling to the situation, which is good. I do like to see that. And you are going to be free from worry because you have the Six of Swords in the recent past. And I feel like that's going to continue, okay? You may be worried about a child. There may be someone that's, you know, showing up, you know, family member or somebody that you're concerned about, that you were concerned about, little boy, little girl, you know, usually between 0 to 5, usually more like 2 to 5, between 2 to 5, where they're developing, but maybe they're not sleeping, or maybe they're not eating right, or maybe they're fussy, or they're being, you know, defiant some way. You know, they have a personality, their personality just, they're difficult, they're a difficult child in some way. You know, willful. My mom always said I was willful. That's what she said. She said that when I was 3, I had my own ideas about things. And by the time I was 6, I was like openly defiant. I was like, no, like I'm not doing that. And I just want to tell you, Gemini, if you have a child that's like that, that's okay. It's actually really good sign that they're going to be a personality. They have a personality, and they're going to be out of your house by the time they're 16, 17. They're going to have left. They're going to have left the building because they just want to go do their own thing, and that's good. You want that, okay? You do want that. You're not thinking you want it right now because they're willful. But the more willful, I feel like a child is actually, it's better for their adult life. When they're an adult, if they're just kind of like whatever, then they have a difficult time figuring out who they are in the world. If they know by the time they're 6 who they are in the world, you're going to have no problem with them going on the right path. You're never going to have a problem with them questioning who they are. They're going to go out there. They're going to know who they want, what they want, who they are, and they're just going to get about their business, go about their business and doing it. And that's it. It's very simple, actually. So if you have a child, I just want to say this. If you have a child that's difficult, you know, don't worry so much. Okay, don't worry so much. It's going to be fine. I want to tell you that. You do have the Page of Wands, which is going back out there, getting out there, dating again. Okay, for those of you who want to date again, you know, you're going to get past any relationship, move on from it, and it's going to be a thing of the past. Okay, you know, the universe is giving you the green light. This is the green light to go out, be active, get out there. There's a lot of, fire energy here. Between the 5 of Wands and the Page of Wands, it's a lot of fire energy. So you may have some planets and fire signs in your chart really strong, or, you know, you may have been dating a fire sign in the past, or you may go on to date a fire sign in the future. I feel like for some of you, you are very young. I want to say under the age of, say, 35, and you just need to get out there and date again. That's what I want to say. Even if you've been married and you're under the age of 35, I feel like you're going to go out and you're going to start over, okay? You know, you may have a lot of expenses, you know, for whatever reason. You may be spending a lot on going out, drinking, partying, all that kind of stuff on stuff. But it also may be, you may be spending a lot on your children. You have the 6 of Cups. And this is feeling a little bit like the world's against you in some way. Like you just can't make a break. You can't get a break. Okay, you just can't. It's like you're trying, you're working, but you can't get a break. Part of it is you need to do something different about work. Okay, now it's weird because I was looking at this card and I got something completely different for another sign. I just recorded again, I think for Taurus, and for Taurus it was moving. For you, I feel like it's less about moving, although you may be moving in some way, or you may want to move, but you don't have the money for it. Or I feel like, to me, this is about children for you. I don't know why. For some of you who are single, this is feeling unsettled, feeling like you're just not settled, or you're not where you want to be. And it is feeling like you can't catch a break. Like, it's like you're making money, but it's not enough. And that's where the issue is. It's like you need more. It's like you constantly need more, or you need more to take care of your kids, or you need more for X, Y, and Z. And you're just like, you can't get to that point. You have a lot of negative thoughts, okay, a lot of negativity around your head, and that's not good. in the future, later in May, because it kind of clogs your thinking. It kind of clogs your flow. Geminis, Libras, and Aquarius need to have, you know, in a way, their mind needs to be clear, crystal clear. They need to be able to see things clearly. With a lot of negativity, you may not be able to see things as clearly and make as good decisions as you would normally, okay? So I want to say you need to just be more positive. Now, also, you may be, for guys, you may be scared of getting hurt and you may not want to be in another relationship. You're just like anti-commitment at this point in time. Gemini ladies, you may be dealing with a guy who doesn't want commitment, who has run for the hills, and you're still in the middle of May, just not past it. Like, you're just like, well, why is he not calling me? Why am I not, why, like, all of a sudden you're like, yesterday we were having sex, why are we not together like now? Like, what's going on? And he just is not, he's just a chicken shit. He's just running away. That's it. And you have a lot of worry. There's 2 worry cards here also, similar to Taurus. I think it was Taurus that had 2 worry cards, I don't remember. But 2 worry cards tells me you need to listen more to music. You need to get outside more. You need to chill out more. You need to exercise more. You need to read more. It's very important that air signs read. It helps unclog your brain. Does interesting things for your brain. So classical music, I definitely recommend classical music, but you need to not worry so much about the future, because to me, you're creating your own storm. Geminis can create their own tornado very quickly. So yeah. So where was I? I had several cards here. I think it was the Judgment card in the position of your attitude. I didn't lose it. I think it was the Judgment card in the position of your attitude, which is starting fresh, starting over, which is very, very positive. I do like to see that. So you're not like, you are not blocked with any immediate future cards, but you are blocked as the outcome. So that tells me that the way you're going, you're coming to a dead end, which means you kind of need to switch gears, okay? You need to make a decision that's going to switch tracks. Like, you're on one track and you need to switch tracks to something else, to something better, okay? For some people, the path to something better is too scary. The path to something better is too challenging. The path to something better is confusing, is worrisome, is, you know, you don't have the finances. The path to something better, you can't see it, okay? You know, you do have the 5 of Cups. As the outcome of the 5 of Cups is, you know, a girl who's looking out. It can be a guy too. I do see it as just like overall energy of looking out in the world and going, when are things going to improve? When is my life going to get better? How much longer should I have to wait for things to improve, for things to get better, for more finances, for, you know, stability, for a new relationship, for a new partner who's going to support me, for romance and love? I mean, all these things this person is waiting on, okay? If I was to say to you, okay, Gemini, what is it that you're waiting on? And you say, okay, a job or a relationship or something, whatever you fill in the blank, chances are it's not going to come. The ship is not coming in, okay? Which means you have to go to it. Or you have to switch tracks and do something different. So if you're waiting on a relationship, you're not going out enough. You're not dating enough. Okay, you're too fearful of a relationship. What you're telling people when you meet them is, I'm a commitment phobe, I don't want a relationship. So what happens is you end up pulling in people that aren't relationship material, and then you end up breaking up anyways. So I feel like you need to be more determined to get what you want, and you also need to get in touch with your creativity and get creative about I want to say cleaning up your life. Whatever the situation is, it's kind of a mess. It's been a mess. I just feel like May is kind of the aftermath of April for you. Like this is cleanup time, damage control, you know, kind of trying to get more grip on where things are going, getting more of a grip on what's going on in your life, making decisions. You need to be active. The Five of Cups is going out. The message of the Five of Cups is stop crying about it and do something about it, okay? Stop whining and wallowing and crying and being sad and depressed, and go out and, you know, go out with your friends, or go out with somebody who's asked you out, or go and get a makeover, or go and, you know, clean your house. Do something rather than wait for it, okay? Do something rather than pine for it. In some cases, you're just pining because you're not getting what you want and things are really hard, and I do get that. I understand. But you're not going to get anywhere by, I mean, it is good to release emotion. You know, that's part of it. Some of you may have some planets in water signs, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm feeling a very strong Cancer vibe with you too, or Pisces vibe. And you just have a lot of emotion, and you know, Geminis can get overwhelmed. Geminis get overwhelmed emotionally. You can see all this is like overwhelmed energy. So Gemini females, it's like you're very overwhelmed by the end of May with things that are going on. Too, it's not just like the waiting card, but I do see it as a lot of waiting and needing to take action steps also. Some of you are waiting to go on vacation. I don't know why, or planning a vacation. You may be going on vacation for some of you. You need to take some R&R time. You just need to meet, like to me, you just need to rest and relax, to chill out, and to like recover and not worry so much about where things are going and what you're doing. That's really the main message. I want to say you're waiting to be saved. You want somebody to come in and save you, okay? And that's a problem because you're going to get yourself into a codependent relationship, okay? Which then when, you know, they don't live up to what you thought they were going to do, then you're disappointed in them, and then just leads to arguing and fighting later. So my suggestion, and lack of respect, okay? So you need to make sure you are not looking to get saved by anybody, you know, where you have the victim. If you have the victim perspective and then you're going to get somebody to come save you, it's not healthy. It's not a healthy perspective. You do need to ask for help. Asking for help is healthy, but codependency is where you're headed, okay? Depending on somebody else for your success. So you need to make sure that you are creating success by making good decisions and by doing different things in your life if things are not working, which means, like, say you have a job that sucks and you get paid nothing. You need to get a different job. Either you need to go back to school, or you need to apply until your brains fall out, that, you know, and push hard for, and put your best foot forward for a better job that pays you more money. If you're confused about career direction, then you need to talk to an academic advisor. You need to have somebody look over your resume. You need to just really work harder and be smarter about your decisions. There's not much here about career. It's, I mean, I do feel like you have a lot of work on your plate if you are working, and for some of you, you are working very hard. But others, I feel like there's more focus on children, family, and being very busy than career. There's also divine timing, things happening in a divine way. So maybe you've been waiting for some time, a really, really long time, for a partner. This is where the angels are involved, and there is divine timing happening. So don't give up. You do need to make more effort and go out more. But I want to say don't give up in the sense that, like, I do feel like it's going to happen. But through your own efforts. Okay, and at the divine time. So our timing is not the same as divine timing, which sucks ass. okay? Because that means we're waiting. We could be waiting for years and we go out of our minds, okay? And you're like, okay, in the meantime, you're like, I need to have sex. You're like, I do. So like, I get that, Gemini, but at the same time, it's just divine timing. That's the message. You do have the Page of Swords here. I feel like, Gemini, that's you. You're going to end up okay. I mean, either you're going to have family or friends that support you and help you out in whatever situation that you're going through. People are going to gather together and help you, or there's divine timing happening, so you're no longer going to be worried in that place of how much longer I'm going to wait. It's going to happen in divine time. Also, some of you are going to get pregnant unexpectedly, and so again, there's going to be help for that. Some of you are worried that there's not going to be help for that. There's going to be help for that. There will be, okay? I feel very strongly there will be. So there's a concern about children, you know, being the single parent, the single mom, single dad. You know, if you are going through a divorce, you're worried that maybe, you know, you're worried about your children, but your children are going to be fine. I really do feel that way. So on that note, I'm going to leave off there. This is a little bit shorter reading, but I feel like I covered everything. So I do feel like May is going to be like a little bit of a recovery time. I don't feel like there's any major explosions happening in May, but I just feel like there's a lot of, you know, emotion that's happening, feeling overwhelmed, feeling just, needing to take some time away from your busy life and have some time alone, relax, rest, put your feet up. So anyways, thank you guys so much for liking, subscribing, Google Plusing all my videos. I really appreciate it, and I will be back again for more in May, so stay tuned for those, and I send you guys big hugs, big kisses, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Okay, take care. All the best. Bye.